after months and months of waiting, Volition has finally decided to drop the Saints Row Reboot Roadmap. And if I'm being honest with you guys, it does not look good, which shouldn't be all that surprising. Now, as you can see here, this is the roadmap. They went ahead, the Saints Row Twitter profile, ended up posting on the 28th, 2 days ago. And the roadmap is only for the next 4 months. We can see this stuff here. We're going to be going into that more later. But to be clear about something, this roadmap was something they were saying that was going to come out since August. Since this game launched. And all it is for the content that's going to be released in April, May, July, and August. It took them that long to release this little bit of information here. That is absolutely nuts. Look, I don't expect much out of Volition or whoever is running the Saints Row Reboot mess right now, because we all know Volition had got shut down. But when you're saying that you are going to be releasing a roadmap since August, since you launched this game, you would expect it to be a bit more than just this here, for 4 months, right? That's what I would think, especially since it took them that long to release it. I was honestly expecting to see updates, see DLCs that they had planned for the next couple of years until they plan on ending support for this game, which, if I remember correctly, the CEO of Embracer said that they plan on ending support for this game, or they plan on continuing support for this game until 2024. But instead, we just got this here. Once again, this is completely unacceptable. To me, it seems like they didn't even know what they were going to do with the DLCs or the expansions until probably a couple of months ago. It's just, you know what, I said this before, it really shouldn't surprise anybody with the way these people are. But then, they went ahead and they released a trailer for this expansion, for this roadmap, the day after they actually released the roadmap. And this is what it is. Oh, it gets better, guys. Just wait. Okay, I may have lied. It doesn't get better. But that's exactly what it was. It doesn't show us anything about these expansions coming up. It's just shots of Saint Alyssa that we already know, that we already seen, with some words saying it is going to be bigger and better. And to be fair, to be perfectly fair, it probably is going to be better. Because the Saints Row Reboot, that was the bottom of the barrel. It is going to be extremely hard to do anything worse than the main story of that game. But yet, I still believe that Volition still has it in them, or once again, whoever is running the Saints Row Reboot now, to do even worse than the main story for this game. Now, hopping back over the roadmap here, we can see what they have planned. For April, which is next month, a couple of days from now, we see that they have the free Dead Island 2 cosmetic pack. Whatever, they have been releasing these cosmetic packs for the past couple of months, you know, when maybe they should have been putting those resources towards something else, like fixing the game. Then in May, they have an expansion pass coming out. They have a story for the expansion pass called The Heist and the Hazardous. New story missions, events, cosmetics, and more. And if you didn't know, The Heist and the Hazardous, it is a very bad play on words for the Fast and the Furious. And in all honesty, I have no hope for these DLCs whatsoever. Because let's be honest here, right? Let's be 100% blunt and honest. The people who have worked on this game have already shown how incompetent they are as developers. Now, what this is going to be about, we obviously know it's going to be about Heist. It's probably going to be a Fast and Furious ripoff. A spoof on that. They're going to be trying to be funny when it's not going to be funny at all. Excuse me there, I just hit over a pop bottle. Now, the free part of this update, we're going to be getting a new district, a combat overhaul, photo mode, and more. So even if you didn't pay for the season pass or the DLC, you're still getting a free district. All the season pass holders are getting are the new story missions, events, and cosmetics. who the hell cares about cosmetics? Not a lot of people. A lot of people would have rathered Volition not give any free cosmetics out at all, and actually instead delivered a game that was playable at launch. And then July here, this is when we get the big kicker. Because for July, the expansion pass here is Doc Ketchum's Murder Circus. I can already tell you what this is going to be. This is going to be a Professor Genki clone. I can tell you right now. Now, of course, Saints Row Reboot, it already has one of these clones. I think it's called like Mortar Island or something is what the thing is called in there. And you play it, you'll know that it's just a complete ripoff of Professor Genki. But there's no story coming out with this. Instead, it's no solo mode. So once again, it's probably going to be something that is rig-based. And the free update part is the no features, improvements, and more. They don't want to really be too specific just in case if they can't deliver, so they at least have a little bit of plausible deniability. Then for expansion pass in August, expansion number 3, get new story mission, enemies, cosmetics, and more. And then for the update, it's free district, new features, improvements, and more. We have rated, how long has it? 6-7 months since this game came out, since they have been saying this roadmap is going to come out. And this is what we get. No real specifics or anything, because we can see they keep adding and more and more and more. When you rate this long for a goddamn roadmap, especially when you say that it's been coming out soon, month after month, you would think there would be at least a little bit more. You would think that if they only have the roadmap for the next 4 months, they would at least go into specifics about the updates, about the and more stuff they are going to be added. At this point, no one at all should be praising the people who are still working on this game, because straight from the start, they have shown that they have no ounce of creativity, of originality. Everything in the game is pretty much a ripoff or a rehash of things we've seen in the previous games, and I think that this expansion pass, this roadmap, these DLCs that are going to be coming out is going to be the exact same thing. More so since we have Doc Ketchum's Murder Circus. And just be clear, I think Doc Ketchum 2 was the main thing for the Murder Island. And now they're going to have a Doc Ketchum's Murder Circus. I say this because in Saints Row 3, Professor Genki's Super Ethical Reality Climax, I believe it was called, was one of the side activities in the main campaign. And then for a DLC, we had that and it was kind of expanded on. There was like a tournament thing they did. There was new activities added. And this is exactly what they're going to be doing with this Doc Ketchum Murder Circus. I would 100% guarantee her. And when it comes to the new enemies that they are going to be adding in the August expansion 3, I know for a fact, I can almost guarantee you this too, I will say actually, that the enemies are just going to be wearing a different colors, like all the enemies were in the Saints Row Reboot campaign. At this point, there's absolutely no excuse for this. Like, this game, it's a failure. Nobody should be excited about this stuff. And when this expansion pass comes out, I can see Volition trying to charge an arm and a leg for it. And the very fact that it took them this long to release this roadmap that only has 4 months worth of content on it makes me believe all the more that once that expansion pass 3 ends up releasing, that's it for the game. There's going to be no more DLCs, there's going to be no more expansions, and there's only going to be updates every now and again. I've said this when I believe it was Lars Ringford came forward, the CEO of Embracer came forward and said that they expect the support for this game to continue in 2024. I don't think that's realistic. I called it back then. I am calling it now, because if they do still plan doing it, they're only going to be throwing money into a fire that only 1,000 people maybe are playing now. It's just not worth it. This is really sad, especially when it comes to Saints Row. Saints Row is one of my favorite series growing up. I absolutely loved it. I actually thought it was better than Grand Theft Auto, Saints Row 2, all of that stuff. And to see them revive the series, just to kill it again, just to make sure that this game will never have another chance, it breaks my heart. It really does. When you grow up with a game like this, when you grow up with so much great memories of the franchise, just to have a reboot come along, and just shit all over that, and then have the developers claim that they know better than you, that you don't know what Saints Row is actually about. Well, it's just a really shitty thing to do. It's a really shitty thing to experience, and Volition whoever's running this game now, they deserve all the failure they will get. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is acceptable? Do you think that this roadmap is fine, even though it only has 4 months worth of content, even though we were supposed to be getting this roadmap all the way back in August? Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Are you excited for the DLCs? Are you going to be buying them? You know, do the usual stuff. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you stuck around this long, want to hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps a fella out. Hope all you guys have an amazing, wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.